After a somewhat close start to his matchup with Ludovic Klein, Thiago Moises eventually got dropped very badly at the ending of the first round. And from there, it just did not seem like he was able to recover. And Klein was able to just threaten him and muzzle Thiago Moises with the big power that he was throwing in his kicks and his punches down the pipe. I really expect Moises to showcase a little bit more activity and consistency with his own output. But I think once he got dropped, it started to really dawn on him that the threat of that big knockout power that Klein has will be a little bit too much for him, and that ended up muzzling him, causing us to rip up our dog of the night ticket. We did pick up 2 wins on the regional scene with our dog of the night plays with a plus 195 on KSW and a plus 115 on OKTAGON, but all in all, we go 2-4 over the weekend for minus 0.9 units and a minus 15% ROI. On the year, that now brings our dog of the night record to 20-43 for minus 12.71 units and a minus 19% ROI. Dogs have really not been the calling card this year for your boy. Last year we were able to stay somewhat in the black and end up obviously in the profit by year's end, but this year not so much. Really got to rail it in there. Hopefully cash a solid one this weekend with the UFC and obviously another one with the PFL. So I got another 3 dog of the night candidates for you guys for this weekend's card. Remember, I only end up picking one of these guys as my official dog of the night play, which you can find out in the Lock of the Night Patreon page. Link for that is in the description below. I'll also have a PFL dog of the night, so hopefully those are able to come through for us. All right, let's get down to business here. First dog of the night candidate is going to be Adam Fugit, coming in at plus 105 as he takes on Josh Quinlan. Very close fight here. Quinlan on a 2-fight losing streak. Fugit looking to bounce back to that loss that he suffered at the hands of Mike Malott last year. And he's taken off a good chunk of time here as he's relocated from Oregon down to Arizona, teamed up with the Fight Ready guys. And I believe that's a great move for him at this stage of his career. He's 35 years old, has a good foundation to build upon for the Fight Ready guys, and I think just it comes down to the game planning and tailoring his game plans and fight camps to the opponent that he has coming up. And I think he has a pretty easy opponent here in Quinlan, who is a BJJ black belt, but Fugit should be able to hold his own in the grappling room should it ever get there. But Quinlan doesn't really have a great wrestling game, which will cause him to go back to his power striking style, which I think is going to cause him issues here, especially with the movement and output we normally see from Fugit. If Fugit can just tighten up the striking defense a little bit more, he should be able to stay away from the big shots of Quinlan, and from there get off on his own output, maybe find a finish of his own later. But cashing as a plus 105 dog, that is absolutely possible in the spot. The second dog of the night candidate is going to be Joshua Vatton, coming in at plus 190. Now he's going up against Tagiru Ulanbekov here, who is probably the toughest wrestler he has faced since the only professional loss that Joshua Vatton has on his record, which was his 3rd fight where he got out wrestled and then eventually submitted in the 2nd round. He's made tremendous improvements since that fight with his takedown defense, with his ability to work back to his feet and then stay on the pressure, staying in his opponent's face, utilizing the body work as well as he does to slow down his opponents, break them, and either finish them or at least cruise to a decision victory after that. I think he has, if he is really as good as his improvements have made him look in recent fights, this could be a breakout spot for him to go out there and beat somebody as experienced and as skilled as Ulanbekov. It will not be easy, but at plus 190, that's not a bad spot to take a little bit of a gamble to see if he can pull it off. The third and final dog of the night candidate I have for you guys is going to be in the main event, with Alex Perez coming in at plus 160, taking on rising Japanese prospect Tatsuro Taira. Now, Perez has all of his confidence back and he's on a roll. He had that close loss to Mohamed Mukayev back in March, bounced back with a short notice main event slot against Matthias Nicolau where he knocked him out, immediately accepted another fight with Tagiru Ulanbekov, but the UFC pulled up a switcheroo here, put him back in the main event, but give him this very hot prospect in Taira. I think Perez has good enough takedown defense to stop the, in my opinion, average takedown game of Taira. It's when Taira is able to get fights to the mat that he showcases his wizardry with his BJJ. I think even if Perez finds himself on the mat in this fight against Taira, he will showcase a good enough defensive grappling to either stay out of submissions, work back to his feet, and then get back to the striking advantage I believe he has here. Taira, a lot of his striking in the past was a lot of just kicks from distance to eventually open up a level change so he can get opponents to the ground. Obviously, he'll gain some confidence from the knockout that he got against Carlos Hernandez last time around, but I don't know if that's something that he fully has has wrapped up in his arsenal yet, which is a solid striking game. And I think Perez can cause him some issues. The last time Perez fought somebody that was as jiu-jitsu happy as Tyro was Jussier Formiga, and in that fight he chose to pretty much chew off the lead calf of Formiga and then eventually finish him with that attack as well later on in the matchup. Perez should be able to stop the wrestling approaches of Tyra here, and we've seen Tyra get touched up on the feet, but then ultimately we saw poor fight IQ from Edgar Chairez, pulling guillotine on numerous times, allowing Tyra to get the top position and win back the round with what he does best from that top position. But I think Perez will not do that. I think we'll see Perez utilize his defensive grappling effectively here, keeping this fight upright, touching up Tyra on the feet, and cashing as a plus 160 dog. With the veteran advantage, the experience, the momentum that Perez is on here, especially with his confidence, I think he's going to be very tough for a lot of these flyweights to stop at this point in his career. And I think Tyra is going to get his first vet lesson this weekend. So at plus 160, not a bad spot to take a shot there. Again, only one of these can be the dog of the night play, and I will have that posted on the Lock of the Night Patreon page. Make sure you check out the link in the description below. Appreciate all the love and the support. I'll be back within the next several hours, I don't know, handful of hours to drop this PFL breakdown for you guys, as it is going down on Thursday night. So I want to get this done for you ASAP, as effectively as I can. So stay tuned. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell so you know exactly when I drop the PFL breakdowns, and you can get your eyes on that as soon as it drops. Appreciate all the love and support, and I'll see you guys again later today, maybe tomorrow morning. Peace.